So what was the date that you actually went over to Vietnam?
It was in June of, I think it was June 15th, 1967. But anyway, we left. We had to go out to Oakland Air Force Base, is where we all left at over there. And we got on a plane and we flew over there and left there and we went to Hawaii. And while we was in Hawaii, they let us off the plane. At that time, now you don't have to do it, but over there then, you had to walk down the steps off the plane. They, roll the steps back and step down. And they let us off the plane there in Hawaii, and we stayed there for about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. So we had to get right back on that plane. We stayed over there long enough to fill up with gas. So they put us back on that plane again, and then we left and went. I think it was Guam. I think it's where we landed at down there. It was hot as a dickens down there where we was at anyway. A little old bitty airfield. And that's where they filled up again. And this time when they put us on a plane, they put us on it wasn't a commercial plane. It was a Air Force plane. It didn't have no windows in it. And all the seats was facing backwards. Instead of facing forward, all the seats were facing backwards. So when the plane took off, you was up like this, instead of leaning back, Anyway, then we landed in Pleiku, up in the Northern Territory up there. That's South Vietnam. And it was just red dirt, boy, and I mean, it was steaming. It seemed like it was around 12 o'clock during the day when we landed. And it was just steaming. It had been raining, I guess, all morning long, and it was just hot and steaming. And red mud all over everywhere, and I said, oh gosh, this looks just like it does in Georgia, it's red mud. Well, anyway, I got some of that red mud on the bottom of my shoes, and at that time, we was in our khakis, just like like regular dress shoes and khakis. We hadn't got out, they hadn't put us in our fatigues and everything at that time. And so they got on, that red mud got on those little shoes, and that's the only time I wore those shoes was going over them. You get your fatigues and everything, and then you don't wear them shoes anymore. Put them in a bag. You won't need them no more till you come home, if you come home. Anyway, and so that red mud was still on them shoes, and I wore them home. But anyway, I mean, it was stained. It was on the stove. It was just stained, that color. But anyway, we stayed up there a couple of days, and they kept sending people out different places, and so the second night we was up there, boy, I mean, some place across the hill over there, boy, I mean, it was a war going on over there, man. I mean, it was bombing, everything going on over there that night. And here we were, been over there 2 days, boy, I mean, this was all kind of scary to us, And so then the next morning they had a little meeting and brought us all in a little thing. That's when they started sending a bunch of us out. And so that guy got up and he said, I guess all y'all heard all that racket going on over the hill over there last night. And yeah, we heard all that. He said, well, that was the 17th Cavalry or something, he called out the name. He said, they got hit over there last night. He said, if they get hit over there tonight, he said, some of y'all are going to be over there. So some of us did get sent over. He said, the first thing you are when you go in service, no matter what your, what you've been praying for, the first thing you are is an infantryman. If they need infantrymen, that's where you're going to go. And I think, I don't remember what that group was over there, but anyway, so that some of them did go out that day. Well, I didn't go out that day. And so then the third day, they got me and King and Beeson. That's the three I remember. And some other guys. But anyway, we all got on a plane. And they got on the plane, they had, I think it was some kind of like a C-130 something. It had a seats all the way down one side of it, like a bench seat. And you sat in that seat, and they had one big old long belt. Everybody was strapped in with one long belt, and they'd hooked that belt. And I was sitting there thinking, if this belt breaks, because it said, the door opened down the back, I said, if this belt breaks, I said, we all going out that back door, because they took off and they didn't even raise the door up, because it's so hot. They just left the door out. It's in the middle of June. It was hot. But anyway, and so I said, oh gosh, when we was going in here, you could look out and see all them palm trees and everything going on. And what was so funny, you could see holes all in the plane too, I guess being bullet holes through. You could see little holes through the plane, but you didn't have no windows in this plane. So when we did get up in the air and he leveled off, and he brought the wheels up, the wheels come up in there where you at. You can see them when they come up in there. And when they come up in there, one of the Air Force guys, he ran back there and took a big pin up in that thing to hold the wheel up. And then when we got ready to land, he'd run back in and pull them pins back out where the wheel would drop down. And we landed down there in the train then. We flew down to the train. And we was in a little holding area down there where they started sending guys out. Wherever they needed somebody, they would, they'd let them know in them holding areas, and, run us through there like cattle, But anyway, so they run them through there, and so there was three of us left, me and King and Beeson. And so they come over one day and said, "Y'all come on, we're just gonna carry y'all right over here." And so we went right over and got in a unit that was right there, and went over, and I never forget it. Walked into a tent over there. It was a tent, but it was strapped over, like plywood around the side, and the top of it was a tent, but it was, nailed around, tied down or whatever, and had a wooden floor in it. Anyway, so we walked in over there and had a little thing. Instead of walking on the ground, because when it rained over there, it rained. You had platforms, to walk on instead of having to walk in the sand out there. Over there was sand. We walked down there, and I walked in there. I looked down there, and this guy looked down there, and he said, at that time I was a PFC. And he said, "PFC Mayo?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Meet PFC Mayo." He was a PFC too. Walked away and stuff, and that's when I met Mike Mayo for the first time. And I thought, yeah, boy, this is strange. Walk up in this tent, and there ain't but 8 people sleeping in that tent. Another guy in there named Mayo. That was strange.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, and then he said, "There's a Sergeant Mayo in this outfit too, in our company." So there was 3 of us in that outfit named Mayo. But anyway, that's what that deal was about.